Chapter 14, Afterword. Quote, if you're over 30, I don't care what you have to say about Gen AI, unquote. Elouise Epstein. The hardest part about writing this book, aside from my propensity for distraction, was knowing when to stop writing and say I was done. Writing a practitioner-focused book when the world is changing is difficult. Knowing when to stop is impossible. The explosion of ChatGPT and Google's Bard severely tested my ability to finish this book. While I've managed to incorporate some examples within these pages, there's so much more to say on the subject, hence my need to write an afterword on the implications. As a futurist, it is so tempting to prognosticate about where we're going. Instead, what I'd like to do is focus on how this new technology will affect the risk and resilience of our supply chains. There's no doubt we've hit a monumental milestone in the mainstream acceptance and usage of AI. Between the visual media generators and the fierce competition among the large tech players, we're at a seminal moment in technological development and witnessing the transition from the information age to the artificial intelligence age. Another Amazon.com moment. For the past decade, procurement practitioners have been struggling against the Amazon comparison. Users have joined a chorus of complaints bemoaning, quote, why isn't the corporate buying experience like Amazon.com, unquote. Variations of this complaint have reverberated throughout corporate halls for almost a decade now. Users are unwilling to endure painful buying experiences at work when they have infinitely better buying experience on Amazon.com at home. This has put CPOs and their teams and the whole procure tech ecosystem on notice that users are dissatisfied, a phenomenon I have written about extensively in my previous books. We're having another of these moments, not just for procurement, but for the entire enterprise and our personal lives. Just ChatGPT it is the phrase I keep on hearing. While it's early days, it feels that the ease of use and sophistication of ChatGPT will further cast a shadow over the bevy of complicated, unusable, trash corporate systems. At the top of that list will be ERP systems. So how do we think about ChatGPT in the context of the future of supply chain systems? First, we must remember that no matter how great ChatGPT is, right now it is an audience of one. You enter your input and receive an output personalized to you, which is great, except that you are the audience. You are still responsible for the shaping and dissemination of that content. Everyone's using ChatGPT, then how do you stand out? We run the risk of groupthink at a mega scale. Consider the resilience white paper problem. This is how those who understand and can wield the power of ChatGPT creatively will stand out. I was at a recent partner meeting and we had a guest speaker give a ChatGPT 101 session. You could feel the collective panic when the partners realized that the junior consultants use ChatGPT regularly for client work. Very few partners in the room were familiar with the tool, how it works, or the risks. Again, here we have an example where rank-and-file employees are using technology that the leaders don't fully understand. To solve this gap in digital literacy, I urge our leadership to embrace the principles elucidated in Chapter 6, Hacking AI and Building Algorithmic Literacy, at our next partner meeting. Specifically, I want every single partner, including myself, to learn ChatGPT by using it to solve problems that are personal to them. I want them to fail at it repeatedly. I want all of us to sit in a room together sharing what we're learning, shortcuts, watchouts, and even jailbreaks. I want everyone to leave the next partner meeting reflecting on what they did and didn't learn. The more we use these tools, the more relevant they are to us as individuals. The more we share our learnings with one another, the more we fail with our queries, and the more we will learn. For the record, there's no need for a corporate training program to learn ChatGPT, although by the time this book is published, there will undoubtedly be many of them. Business is about two or more parties coming together to buy and sell goods and services. Ultimately, this involves a relationship between parties. AI will enhance the negotiating, contracting, reporting, compliance, and countless other menial tasks. But ultimately, business strategy will continue to be governed by market forces, government regulations, consumer demand, employee capabilities, and supplier capabilities. AI will not completely replace those activities, at least not for the next decade. So we must retain a strong focus on solid business foundations and principles. While that may seem obvious, amid the chaos and hype surrounding ChatGPT, a huge risk is that we will lose sight of business fundamentals. More to the point for supply chains, we must not forget that to effectively run a next-generation supply chain, we have to get good at exchanging data with a wide variety of third parties. Then we must turn that data into intelligence, and in some cases, share it freely. Finally, no matter how great AI is today or becomes tomorrow, we are humans living in a physical world, at least until our AI overlords take physical form and turn on us. For the foreseeable future, AI will help us work faster, smarter, and expand our capabilities, and do whatever else it will eventually do. Meanwhile, the sun will rise and set each day. We will continue to engage with our family and friends, and successful business will continue to boil down to relationships between the company, employee, supplier, customer, government, and other assorted third parties. So I encourage everyone reading this to spend as much time as possible embracing your humanity. It's the one thing that AI can't replicate. Develop your relationship skills as much as your AI knowledge. More importantly, embrace the human experience. Take a hike. Watch the sunset at the Pacific Ocean. Give someone a hug, consensually. Or simply look up into the vastness of the universe on a clear night and contemplate the beauty of our world.